Hello, everybody. This is Mariam from Melbourne, Australia. Oh, I'm tired. I had to rush this because of, it happened, things been happening so quickly lately that I've had to, and that's what they do. They love to just one thing after another, one thing after another. Just keep that smoke and mirrors going so that behind the scenes politically, the masses don't know what's going on because they're always talking about a different topic, and that's how they play. That's how they roll. These are games to distract you from what's really going on behind the scenes that they don't want you to know, but they will reveal it very, very soon. This topic is very upsetting for me. I just want to say, because people don't know me. The fact is, I grew up as a 10-year-old. I started singing because Whitney Houston came out and slayed it with her first album, and She Saved Me. I come from an alcoholic, abusive father who's beaten up on my mother. I came from a very dark family, and I needed an escape. My father was already a musician, so genetically I had that kind of genetic thing anyway. I started singing when I was 10 with Whitney, and then 5 years later, Mariah comes out, and these two were my pillars. I mean, in terms of vocal genius, it was always Whitney and Mariah. Now, people are asking me, how do you know what's going on with Mariah Carey? Well, I'll tell you how I know. Because Mariah Carey are the two pillars vocally. You ask any good singer, who's your inspiration? They'll say Mariah. They'll say Whitney first and then Mariah. It's always been these two. So I got tipped off when I noticed the same kind of headlines in the articles as what happened to Whitney. So I'm sorry for people who have watched part two, but a lot of people are really lazy. They won't watch it, so I'm just going to repeat myself. And I'm going to take my time because this is personal now. When they killed her, I took it personally. And I went and learned who these people are, and I'm throwing it back to them, and I'm kicking it back to them because they killed Whitney. And I'm doing this for Mariah as well. Back with Whitney, I was a sheeple. I didn't know anything. I was like everybody else. I couldn't see the signs with her being murdered. But now that I know, I can see with Mariah. It's so clear. A lot of people have said to me, but what about Mariah Carey's children? People, the establishment, I've told you people before, they're satanic worshippers. Do you think these people do you think they've got a heart? They don't have a heart. They eat hearts and they drink blood and they do sacrifices. The only thing they care about is themselves. These are not human beings. These are devils in human form. No, they do not care about people who have children in terms of bumping them off. No, they don't care. These are products. These people who sold out, according to Nicole Scherzinger, to make it, you must sell your soul to the devil. She said it. She came out and said it. Honestly. She came out and said it. They're products. They're not people. They're brands. They're product brands like Nike, Coca-Cola, Pepsi. These are brands. And as long as they keep making money for them, they stay alive. Once they stop making money and once they become irrelevant, they're dead. Gone. And then they start making money off whatever they left behind. Whatever movies they left behind, whatever musical catalogs they left behind. Then they keep making money after they bump them off. And they love to traumatize people, make them cry. They love traumatizing people. It's like with Prince. Here's Prince for 38 years. Oops, sorry, now he did. You know. Here's Whitney Houston. Here's Whitney Houston, for until 2012. And whoops, sorry, she did. And they're not sorry. No, they're not. They're products. As long as they make money, they let them live. The minute they stop making money, they bump them off. That's the game. You need to learn. Products. They're products. Whoops, upside down. Products. That's it. Cash cows, nothing else. Let me put that over there. And of course, they are all under MK Ultra, and they've all got handlers, they keep zapping them with electric shock, and I've done it in my Kanye West video, in my MK Ultra. I've given the list of how they torture them, all under MK. Watch 24/7, RFID chipped handlers watching them, controlling them. Yes. I'm gonna run very quickly. As to how I joined the dots, and I said, wow, Mariah's next. So very quickly, Whitney Houston starts off very young in 1980. She's wearing purple, color of royalty, and this is her first television, right, performance. She slayed it. The floor was black and white checkered Masonic. If you see the clip, she slayed it. Then she signs her soul away. She signs her life away to this demon here, Clive Davis. Lots of singers have died under this dude. Go and check out how many singers had died under this dude. So she's doing really well. She comes out, saving all my love for you, and then I want to dance with somebody, and all these songs, and she's killing it. She's killing it in the 90s, you know, with The Bodyguard, killing it, slaying it. She's slaying it. She's the top of the game. Everybody knew Whitney Houston in 1993. Come on now, 94, 95. Those were her years. Top of the game. And of course, under MK Ultra, they throw it up. And she's throwing it up. And again, music. She's singing. It's a trigger. It triggers them to throw that Diablo, to throw that devil horn up. And then she crashes. And we know why. Whitney Houston had a lot of pain. I judged her for this. I don't judge her no more. Because when I started learning about the industry and about what they have to do, I don't blame her for going on drugs. If that was me, I'd be dead by now. I wouldn't have survived what she had to go through and what she had to endure in the industry. I wouldn't have survived it. She used drugs to cover her pain. And I judged her for it. I don't judge her no more because I know the industry and I know why she did this. Whitney's gone from 2000, from about 2002 to 2008. She gone. She had 2 notes left in her register. Stevie Wonder got her into singing lessons. Imagine that. The best singer in the world had to have singing lessons. She had 2 notes left in her register. And her vocal coach actually got her to the level she got, which was probably about 15% of her real voice. She releases I Will Look to You. And people got happy that she back. But she didn't come back because her voice went away and never came back. Like I said, wow, that's a loud bird. Son of a bugger off. God gives and God takes away. God gave her the voice. God took it away. She couldn't sing. She couldn't. She sounded, fine on the album. But then when she went live, oh. And this is what's happening to Mariah Carey right now. You've got to get used to the water bottle. Whitney Houston fans walk out of London gig. This is what's going on. This is what tipped me off. They walk out. Probably not even halfway during. They walked out. Not just, look at this. Whitney Houston horrifies in concert down under. Look at that. Horrifies. What kind of a word is that? They're saying she's so bad that she's horrific. Ding, 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 ding. Ring any bells? 2017, Times Square. Ring any bells? Whitney Houston horrifies down under. Come on now. Whitney Houston croaky, disorientated, disappoints fans. People in Australia couldn't stand it. There was one woman, and I bet she regretted this when they killed her. She said she couldn't entertain a dead rat. Ding, 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 ding. Anything? And I was one of those people. I was one of those fans that said she should retire. I was brutal with her. And when they bumped her off, I regretted it. That's why I'm not making the same mistake with Mariah Carey. No, I'm not making the same mistake with her. Because I'm awake. I wasn't awake with Whitney. I was a sheeple people. I was one of those bad sheeple people. I didn't know what was going on. But when she was in this condition, if I knew that they were about to bump her off very soon, I would have kept my mouth quiet, and I would have supported her no matter what. And then they make them look completely like a mess and out of it, and they're just completely gone. So that, you know, when you know, people are like, yeah, they're over, it's the end of the game, and they love doing that, and they keep traumatizing the fans, you know. And here was the kicker. One day, February 10th, 2012, Clive Davis goes on TV and says that Jennifer Hudson is the natural successor to Whitney Houston. Bite me a bitch. No, she wasn't. Clive Davis, he in the industry a long time, he got this wrong. And I'm so glad he did. I would die before I see this bitch try and be Whitney Houston. I will die first. He got it wrong. Why do I say that? He got it wrong. She wasn't replacing her. She didn't. She didn't do shit. She killed 3 members of her family. Didn't do shit. Skank. So then, of course, when these are the signs, being replaced. See that? She horrifies people down under. The whole time they're watching this. The whole time. The whole time they're watching Whitney crash and burn. They're watching her voice crack. She can't hold a note. She's got no vibrato. She can't sustain notes. And they're watching this, and they're planning. And they didn't bump her off right away. They didn't bump her off in 2010 or 11. They gave her some time. She made one movie that was sealed away. See, these are the signs. All these articles, horrifies down under. People in London walking out. People in Australia walking out. This is what they're watching. This is the kind of shit they're watching. They're watching this. And then they start planning. They have to start planning. The age of the singer has to be aligned with certain numbers, like number 9, which is a blood sacrificial number. They have to think about when to bump them off, where to bump them off, how to bump them off, how to get the most, how to milk them of what they left behind. They start plotting and planning way before, right? They have to get the numbers right. They're obsessed with numerology. They're also obsessed with symbolism. Found in a bathtub when she never ever took baths, in hotels ever, according to what's her name, Bobby Brown's sister, Leola or something Brown. She said she never ever took baths in hotels. So they plot, they plan to get the numbers right, to get the symbols right. And then trauma. All the people that bashed her. Where's the photo? All the people that walked out on her concert were now saying, "Rest in peace, Whitney Houston." Really? You walked out on her concert and now rest in peace? Huh? All the people who walked out of her London concert, what? Rest in peace now? You walked out on her. You're not fucking fans. This woman gave you 25 years of good singing, so she can't sing anymore. Big whoop. You should still support her no matter what. And then what? Rest in peace? Really? All the Aussie fans? Huh? You're proud of yourselves? You go and see her in concert? And then you walk out and you insult her? And then she dies, and then it's what? Rest in peace? Rest in peace? When you were dogging her out and saying all kinds of nasty shit about her, everybody felt bad when she died. Everybody felt bad when she died. Even people who were saying shit about her felt bad. That's why I'm not doing the same mistake that I did with Whitney Houston. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it with with Mariah Carey. I'm not making the same mistake. I'm gonna support her until the end. I'm gonna support her until the end. Even if she can't even speak, I'm gonna support her. Even if she can't speak. So that's what tipped me off. Whitney Houston. Let's go. Mariah Carey comes onto the scene in 1990. She absolutely dominated. She came out like thunderbolts, and people couldn't believe what they were hearing. Vision of Love, all these songs, and this incredible whistle register. Top of the game. She was at the top of the game. At the same time that Miss Whitney Houston, the voice, was at the top of the game. Both two pillars of incredible vocals that nobody had heard of before. Nobody could sing like Whitney, and nobody could sing like Mariah, and nobody can sing like Whitney, and nobody can sing like Mariah. These two were the two pillars. Yes, they were. Mariah wowing people live. And this is what you stupid, dumb, young ass who, when the fuck were these new fans born of Mariah Carey? When were you born? You were born after this period. You got to look at her at the beginning, dumbasses. Not now. Not now after she sang out her voice. In 30 years, her voice now is gone because she was too busy entertaining you stupid fools. You have to go back and listen to how amazing her vocal range was at this point. Go back. You've got YouTube. Put 1992 Mariah Carey and check her voice out. Slaying. Just like Whitney, slaying, getting them awards. Number 1 hits. 18 number 1 hits. And still later on, slaying. Still top of the game. And of course, they put them through MK Ultra. Mariah Carey was no different, but she took to MK Ultra a lot more than Whitney Houston. They put her under this, and they created a split personality that I'm not gonna go into because it's gonna make my video too long. And you'll see a lot of butterflies, which is the monarch symbol. It's a monarch symbol. A lot of butterflies. She's under MK. At this point, she has only one split personality. Alter ego, which is Bianca. I don't have a photo of Bianca. I showed it in part 1. Butterfly tattoo. A lot of them get butterfly tattoos who go under MK. So you'll see Mariah starting to change. Her image is starting to change. She's starting to look. You know, she's gone from this. You know, to this, where you see the leopard print. That's all MK. That's all. Whenever they wear this leopard print, they have beta sex kitten is triggered up, and you'll see Mariah Carey go for this, and she's getting more and more sexual, and people are noticing that more and more sexual as time goes by. So finally, later you have there's Bianca there. That's her alter ego. She's aware of her, which means she's not a split personality. A person who has a split personality does not know they have one, so it's an alter ego. Mimi is a split personality because most of the time she's hurt, and Mariah comes out sometimes in her interviews. But this is Bianca, this is Mimi. And please go to my Mariah Carey MK Ultra, please. Click. I get into it more. So she's doing well. Unfortunately, her glitter movie it flops, completely flops. It's an absolute flop. It's a total disaster. Even a soundtrack, which I have right here, that flopped, and it's fantastic. Crazy flopped. You see all my Mariah Carey CDs back there. Big fan. So she suffers a mental breakdown in the year 2000, and people notice that. Like I said in my part 1, I'm just doing this because I know people aren't going to watch all of part 1. She goes on this show unannounced. She's totally manic. She's speaking really quickly. She's taking her shirt off and stripping on camera. The host of this show doesn't know what's happening. She wasn't invited. She just crashed it, and people knew there was something wrong with her. So when this happened and she was suicidal, she was suicidal. She had a complete nervous breakdown. People knew that she was ill. She was very ill. But after this breakdown, you know, she did come back. She came back with another album. I forgot the name, but there was a song called "Make It Through the Rain." Slipped. "Make It Through the Rain," and the lyrics are very positive and beautiful. And she actually needs to listen to that right now. She needs to listen to her own song. So Mariah Carey, everybody at that point said, okay, she done. Mariah's finished. She's over. But nah. This is what's that. Not according to them. No, not according to them. Still young, still beautiful, still talented. This was just a slip up in her career, according to them. It wasn't anything. And then she comes out in 2005 with a monster album. And I listen to this till this day. Still. 8 times platinum. It goes crazy all around the world. She gets #1 hits, and Mariah is back. Back on top. Mariah's back on top. So she's very, very, very big on those butterflies. She's wearing a butterfly ring, selling butterfly water. So she's very much constantly under MK. She's constantly under MK. She got her handlers and she's obsessed with butterflies. Everybody knows that about Mariah Carey. You know, totally under MK, which is why she's so sexual. And that, of course, like I said, this is the emancipation of Mimi. Mimi is her split personality. Very, very, very sexual. Very, very much not like how she started. She's nothing like how she started. Very different here. This is a split personality. This is a real Mariah Carey. Very, very different. And you see that bathtub with the black and white checkered Masonic, right? In Masonic lodges, you know, their floors are all black and white checkered in a bath. A very ritualistic photo of Mariah Carey. It's a very, with the one eye right there. With the one eye and the black and white, that's all. It's a very, very, very kind of ritualistic photo. And this is again the MK sex baited kitten coming out with her dress. You know, that's a kind of leopard print, very, very sexual. Look at it's very, very short dress, very, very short dress, very revealing, and nothing like how she was before. And that's what MK does. It wasn't that she became a slut or a hoe or something. Nothing to do with that. Split personalities. You've got one Mariah, and you've got Bianca, and you've got Mimi. So there's 3. They've done that in 3, and that's what these photos mean. So yeah, I'm losing my photos now. So yep, very sexual, and that's what MK does. MK makes them incredibly sexual. They really like to show off their bodies, and that's the problem. And she's also throwing it up. So, did you get a good look at that? Again, while singing. It's always while they're singing, right? It's always while they're singing. Trigger. Their music is a trigger. Always while they're singing. The first sign that I didn't notice, because, you know, I'm not as smart as people think I am, was when they started going around saying Ariana Grande is the... Wait a minute. When they started saying Ariana Grande is the next Mariah Carey, I should have clicked right there, and I didn't. Because Mariah Carey at that time still wasn't doing that badly. Until she released her last album. Right? When her last album was released, I couldn't believe how badly it flopped. The Elusive Chanteuse was flopped like glitter. Same. It flopped like glitter. I think it only moved 500,000 units in America. I think. So then we start seeing Ariana Grande, the new Mariah Carey. She does a cover of Emotions with a whistle register that sounds exactly like Mariah Carey, which freaked Mariah Carey fans out. So they jumped on Ariana's you know, YouTube and start bashing her. So you get Mariah Carey bashing her, you get Ariana Grande's fans bashing on Mariah, and it's back and forth. But look at the ripoff, blatant ripoff of Mariah Carey's image. Blatant ripoff. This bitch can't even be original. She can't even be original. She's saying, no, I'm not the next Mariah Carey. I'm just a huge fan, and you know, I want to do my own thing. Bitch, you copied exactly what she did. If this is not fucking copying her, what is it? You copying her exact outfit, you little bloody dwarf. You copied her exact outfit. Exact outfit. Is that an accident, Ariana? Is that an accident? I don't fucking think so. That's no accident. That's a blatant ripoff. Blatant ripoff. And that's the problem. Let me take you back again. Oh. When okay, when this happens at the end of your career, this means they're gonna bump you off. When they replace you and you're at the end of your career, Whitney Houston was already 46, sorry. When this happens at the end of your career, this is the sound. This is the nail in the coffin. This means they're about to whack her. This is what I'm worried about. This is what I'm worried about. This is what's worrying me. What's worrying me is that they have replaced Mariah Carey with Ariana Grande at the end of Mariah Carey's career. She's what, 47 now? This is what's worrying me. Because this is what they did with Whitney one day before they whacked her. Clive Davis came out one day, February 10th. Yeah, and she died on the 11th. This is what's worrying me. You see the signs now? Do you see why I'm worried? This is why I'm worried. You see how it's playing out. You see the similar stories. Apart from Mariah Carey not being on drugs, what happened to Whitney Houston is happening to her. Point by point by point. This was done to her to traumatize her. Something happened between these two. Now, I said in my first clip, the establishment don't want her to be with a rich man. They want her down, out, and broke. They don't want her making no more money. They don't. So, this was... They split them up. Better believe it. And then all these articles started freaking me out, right? Not only is Mariah Carey's life in tatters, she's having trouble selling tickets to her Aussie shows down under. What did I say about Whitney Houston? About her fans leaving her concert down under? Here you go. Can you see the similarity? She can't sell tickets in Australia. Whitney Houston fans leaving her concert. Do you see what's going on? This is what I'm talking about. Now she's having another singer in meltdown mode over the end of her career. Look at what the media are doing to her. The end of her career. The end of her career. The end of her career. Whitney Houston. The end of her career. The end of her career. Can you see the connection? Can you see? Can you see the connection? End of her career. People, her fans are complaining about her voice. Fans walk out of Whitney Houston. End of her career. Same. She can't sing anymore at all. Ding, 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 ding. Can't sing anymore at all. Can't sing anymore at all. Do you get it? Do you get it now? Can't sing anymore at all. Fans say. Fans leave her concert in London. Fans say Mariah can't sing anymore. Ring any bells? Mariah Carey's horrible lip sync could be a sign she's washed up. Washed up. She's finished. Washed up. Look at what the media is saying. You see that? That's bad. And this one, I didn't notice in my first one. Look at the wording in this one. Worse than glitter. So they're saying it's worse than this. It's worse than that. And glitter is not. Fuck you. It's a great album. Worse than, fans rip Mariah Carey. But it doesn't say. It just read this. Read this part there. Rip Mariah Carey. There's a media pre-programming you for her demise. Just look at that. Just look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You see that? That's them. That's how they play with media titles. Rest in peace, Mariah Carey. And there's got nothing. It doesn't say rest in peace, Mariah Carey's voice. It says rest in peace, Mariah Carey. See that? That's how they play. That's how they play. That's how they play. You have to be aware. You have to be switched on. Read the titles of the titles of articles are very important, more than what the fuck they're saying down there. Doubling up her photo because of the split personality, MK. Anytime you see a doubled up photo like this, is the MK. Is Mariah and her split personality. That's what it means. Mariah Carey's album fails to impress. Which one was that? Not sure. Yes. Oh, one fell down. Let me put one back up. So this album fails to impress. Okay? Didn't sell. Solid album. Solid. Nothing wrong with it. Didn't sell. Flop. And that was the end. That was the end. Mariah Carey, Las Vegas, poor ticket sales. People don't want to see her because they think she can't sing anymore because people are saying she's lip syncing, right? She's there. Time to retire. They also said that about Whitney Houston. She needs to retire. Time to retire, Mariah. Comparing her again. Comparing her with Ariana Grande. Comparisons. Comparing her. This is another sign. Very dangerous for her. This is a very dangerous sign. Comparing her to this little freaking dwarf here just because she has a whistle register. Traumatized over James Packer. He really screwed her over. She's got trauma because of that. She's not confident anymore. Alright, so on and on. I'm not going to repeat it. Because I need to get to New Year's. Okay, we need to get to New Year's. Alright, so you get it, right? Okay, I'm going to put the most important stuff in front of me. What happened? What happened on New Year's? I watched the video one time. I don't need to watch it more than once. This is not Mariah Carey. She does not get on stage, and even if she's lip syncing, she will sing the words. It's not like her to drop the mic and let the backtrack play over, and that wasn't like her. To me, if you ask me my opinion, two things could have happened here. One of her handlers has triggered her not to sing that night because she didn't sing. She didn't. She looked completely disconnected from herself. She looked drunk, and I'm not sure if she was because I know she drinks. It looked like a rehearsal, not like a performance. This is Times Square. This is freaking Times Square. New Year. All eyes on her. Okay. I'll give you my theory when I go through the articles. Again, look at the title. Is Mariah Carey dead? Look at that. My. Is Mariah Carey dead? Is Mariah Carey dead? Not is her career dead. No. Not is her voice dead. No. Is Mariah Carey dead? Ding, 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 ding. Alarm bells. Mariah closes 2016 with disastrous New Year's performance. Look at the titles. Completely smashing her. What are they saying? She said, well, Happy New Year. We can't hear, but I'll just go through the motions. I'm trying to be a good sport here. Ah, she couldn't hear. Wow. Okay, this is why people are saying they sabotaged her. She couldn't hear. I didn't know that. Jesus, I'm doing a clip and I don't even know my information. She couldn't hear. Okay, that's a sabotage. That's a sabotage. Okay, if that's what she's saying, that she couldn't hear, that means that they've done this to her on purpose. I had a little bit of hope there that maybe I had a different theory, but if she's saying she can't hear, she couldn't hear herself sing. Wow, that's it. That's the ending. I had a different theory. I'm gonna cry after I do this clip. I had a different theory completely. Oh my God. Mariah Carey's New York performance dissed by fans as last death of 2016. Look at what they're saying. Look at these titles. They're basically saying Mariah Carey, she's about to get bumped off. Oh, now I've lost mine. Where is it? I lost that one. Sorry, guys. Wow, how did I put it? The one that it says "Rest in Peace, Mariah Carey." I can't find it. Is Mariah Carey dead? That's the one I'm looking for. Yep. Is Mariah Carey dead? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. See that? See that? That's bad. That's really bad. That's really, really bad. They keep saying death, dead, death, dead, death, dead. Oh my God. Fans, last death of 2016. So she's not dead, but they're saying it's a death. Again, playing. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Mariah Carey sabotaged for ratings. Diva singer's aides claim faulty EPs caused Times Square lip sync disaster and accused TV exec. Yeah. Accuses TV execs of disabling equipment on purpose. Who controls the media? Why would they do this to her? Because they are preparing to bump. They're preparing to bump her off. That's why they're doing this. They sabotaged her. It's not that she can't sing. She couldn't hear herself. The music was way over her. She couldn't hear the music. So of course she can't sing. When the music is so loud, she doesn't know what to sing. Who controls the media? Mariah Carey blamed her train wreck New Year's performance in Times Square on a sabotage by executives hungry for ratings. So they wanted more ratings. They made her look a fool. Yep, they did it on purpose to make her look stupid and to get more ratings. Unbelievable. What else do we have here? Get this. Look at this. You believe that? Look how brazen. Blatant. Mariah Carey dead, 2017, singing killed by internet death hoax. This is really bad. This is really bad. She doesn't have long. I gave her 2 years. She doesn't have long. She doesn't have 2 years. Okay, so this is really weird. Somebody sent this to me. Lionel Richie and Mariah Carey joining forces for 2017 tour. You know what's interesting here? Instead of him headlining for her, she's headlining for him. Does that make sense? He's the one that people will buy the tickets to see. She's just a little piece on the side. She's like the extra entertainment. Because Mariah can't sell any more tickets, because people don't buy tickets to see Mariah Carey, she's teaming up with another icon who people would really want to see, but she's kind of like the side piece. So now she doesn't even have status anymore. She's not that Mariah Carey. She's not this huge star Mariah Carey, Emancipation of Mimi. She's not that anymore. She's not this anymore. She's not big anymore. She's not relevant. She's not. So they're teaming her up with Lionel Richie because that's the only way people are gonna want to see her, is to buy tickets to see him. That is the absolute. If that wasn't a nail in the coffin, what happened New Year's Eve? If that wasn't a nail in the coffin, if that wasn't the nail in the coffin for her, this is. I don't think people understand what this is. This is Mariah Carey. Instead of taking a break and maybe getting her voice back, I need to sit down. Instead of taking a break and letting her voice settle down, because the best way for her to give a big fuck you is to get that voice back and to slay it on stage, but she keeps singing. And I don't know why. She needs to rest. She's disrespecting herself. She can't sell tickets on her own. People will only see Mariah Carey if they see Lionel Richie. And she's the side piece. She's like the opening act. This legend here. She went from being the pillar of the two most celebrated vocalists in musical history to now she's an opening act. She's an opening act for Lionel Richie. And that's the absolute nail in the fucking coffin 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times over for her. This is the final nail. The final nail is she has lost her rank. She's lost her rank. And everyone who's making fun of her, I wanna say something to you people. You know, it's funny because Mariah Carey, that's her status. You see that? This is Prince. Do you know who Prince was? Do you know who this man was? Do you think he would hold her hand if he didn't respect her? Do you know why he respected her? Because she was crazy talented. She's still crazy talented. She writes her own songs. She produces. She sings. He loved her. That's her status. Not this. Not this. This is her status right there. I'll just use this one. When people were making fun of Whitney Houston and saying that she's washed up and blah, 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 right? And she can't sing and they're walking out of her concerts. You You know, when they die, everyone's all, oh, rest in peace. Oh, she was the best singer in the world. Too fucking late. You gotta appreciate them while they're alive, not after they're dead in a coffin. It's too late. Woo, we have a wardrobe malfunction. Oh. Let's see if that'll stay in there for a while. You know, and it was the same thing. It was the same thing with her daughter. You know, oh, you know, she can't sing. She looks like Bobby Brown. Oh, whatever. And this poor baby girl end up in a bathtub like her mother, and she end up dead at the age of 22. Dead. This child, and then everyone's all, you know, rest in peace and all that for her. When she was alive, you know, they were dogging her out, and after they go, it's all rest in peace. It's a bit late. It's a bit late after they die. It's a bit late. You gotta appreciate them while they're alive. You have to appreciate them while they're alive, not after they die. I'm just telling people that they're about to take her out. They're about to take her out and going on Twitter and dogging her. You don't even know who she was. You don't know her. All these young people who were born when what? When were you born? What? 1998? What the fuck do you people know? I'm a 70s baby. I was there when she came out. I was there when she came out. And I was there when Mariah Carey came out. This is what I remember. This is what I remember. This is what 70s babies remember of Mariah Carey. We know her. And we know her talent. And we know what she was. So stop dogging her out on Twitter and stop saying shit like that, because they're about to kill her. I thought I was going to make it without crying. Gotta stop dogging her out. If anything, it should be you have to start praying for her, because we're about to lose it. From what I can see, we're gonna lose this woman right here. Let's start praying for her. It's the music industry. Products, not people. And once you stop making money and you become irrelevant, they bump you off. And that's what's happening to her. And that's exactly what's going to happen to her. I have no doubt. Now that I know that she couldn't hear herself, and they set her up for that, she doesn't have long. Gotta appreciate them while they're alive, because you'll never get another Whitney, and you're never gonna get another Mariah Carey, and that's a fact. You're gonna get copycats, imitators, but you will never get her back, and you're never gonna get anyone like that back. It's hard for me. I'm a singer. I looked up to these women. They were my you know, for singers, we aspire to sing like them. We want to sing it, you know, like them. We try and copy them, and it's just very hard for me, because this was my number one and this is my second one. It was these two all the way for me. All right, people. If something happens, I'm gonna have to report it. I just hope she has more than 2 years, more than a year, I don't know. All right. Take care. She needs prayers. She needs prayers. I think we should pray for her. Bye, everyone.